the UK premiere of Sonic Movie 3 has just happened, and several people have already seen the movie. As a matter of fact, we even got a brand new clip from Sonic 3, and it's safe to say that so far, everything is looking pretty solid. Some reviews have came out. Some rather, I'd call them impressions or spoiler-free impressions, but pretty much they give us a sense of what to expect for this movie without spoiling any major plot details. Without going too deep into everything, everyone has been hyping up this alleged post-credit scene. There's a lot to get into. First, let's react to this clip from Ben Schwartz.
We've done 3 Sonic movies now.
Yes.
Obviously, like, they say the best things come in 3s, but is Sonic something which has more legs than that, to excuse the pun? Like, are we hoping for more?
Have you seen the movie yet or no?
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, so the end of this movie, it's a secret, but the end of this movie ends in a way that sets up a 4th in like such an exciting way, especially if you play the video games, that I hope we get to make that. And I guess if this does well enough, we get to...
Let's do it. I mean, I hope it does well enough. So I've combed through like almost every single review that's been out there for the movie. So like I said, this gives you a really good idea of what to expect. And it's basically like a mini review. But one common theme that a lot of people have been talking about is the performance of Keanu Reeves and also this alleged post-credits scene. It's apparently nuts. But without further ado, let's get into all of the reviews. From Hollywood Handle, it says, hashtag Sonic Movie 3 nears perfection. Nears perfection? And is easily, I got the chills reading this, the best film of the trilogy. While the first film felt like it was a kid's film, this third film feels like it's aimed at young adults. Hey, I like that. Hey, listen, that's cool. With its story and tone, although the jokes never fail to find their place for the younger audience, of course. I mean, we kind of know what to expect with the Sonic movies as far as some of the humor. Keanu Reeves is the perfect casting for Shadow, who is handled with great care and has a story that's emotional and powerful. That's what I love to hear. So 1, I love that they're handling Shadow good. 2, so far I've liked pretty much everything that I've heard from Keanu. We just saw that first clip, so I'm happy we got to see that too. Best film in the trilogy is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I love that. Some people were saying Sonic 2 and 1 were like, I remember hearing some reviewers saying they like Sonic 1 better than 2, but them saying that this is easily the best film is cool. Back to what I was saying before. Yeah, Keanu, I like what I've heard from him so far. So I like that they're handling one of the most important and popular character in the franchise's story good, and it's going to be emotional and powerful. So they're going to go into his backstory and stuff like that. Jim Carrey's return turns the dial up on his charismatic and energetic characteristics. Humor is going to be dad jokey. Hey, listen, that's all right. You know, it is what it is. It can't be... The humor is what it is. Ben Schwartz, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and Idris Elba are an unstoppable trio that bring the film together with their vocal performances. The full review is going to be up on December 18th. So it's not a full review, but it's more of like a press reaction. We're going to go see what else is out there, too. I have the chills even reading this. This is from HZJoe03. He says, OMG, OMG, I cried out of sadness. Bro, I hope that this movie gives us everything. They give us the Maria arc. They give us Shadow dying on the arc and then coming back in the post-credits scene, am I right? I hope they give us some of those heartfelt moments. He says, and then happiness, bro. That third act was insane. My heart is racing. Ah. Woo! Yo, this movie is gonna be... Yo, I'm getting hyped just reading this right now. Damn, bro. Third impression from James Lister. He's a huge nerd, Star Wars, anime, Marvel. He says, surprising no one, Sonic Movie 3 is the best Sonic yet. That's a common theme so far from what we're hearing. It's also the best video game adaptation to date. Wow. Not even Sonic movie video game adaptation. Does that include the League of Legends Netflix show? I mean, everyone loves that show. But if they're saying Sonic Movie 3 is better, that's pretty crazy. With electrifying action, truly touching moments. That's kind of what I'm here for. I'm here for the action and like those emotional moments, because I feel like the Sonic franchise has stories to tell that the world needs to see. We need to this franchise, the amount of coolness that can precipitate from this franchise can no longer be contained within our community. The world needs to see Shadow the Hedgehog on the big screen. And Jim Carrey does what he does best. Sonic 3 makes a wonderfully chaotic end to the year. What an utter blast. Wow. Scathingly good reviews. This is a short but sweet one. Kazi says, right here, not spoiling anything, but Sonic fans are going to eat this up and love it. So everything's been overwhelmingly positive. We also got a super chat that says it's on the channel Stacy Jim Robotnik, and the video is called Sonic Movie 3 UK TV Spy. Yeah, I think I saw that one. Thank you, TV Head, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. So Sonic fans are gonna love it. This is crazy. Here it is. This is from LS Mark. He says, watch the Sonic movie. We'll probably have a review out on the 18th. Post-credit scene was crazy. No spoilers, but let's just say it was pretty deadly. Zavok is confirmed. I think he did actually see the movie, though. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, I know he's trolling about this, but I'm pretty sure he saw the movie. So he says, I don't know. He didn't say whether he liked it or not. Whether if he actually did see it, I don't know. Like, he's trolling, but I think he did actually see it. So nothing definitive yet. Here it is. This is from Chris Killian. He's a stand-up comic. Okay. Says it's not often that each movie gets better in a trilogy, but Sonic Movie 3 is the best of the bunch. That's all that we're hearing. Everyone is saying that this is the best one. There's action-packed goofiness aplenty thanks to Jim Carrey pulling double duty, but what I didn't expect was a surprisingly moving performance from Keanu Reeves. Shadow is going to be the absolute highlight of this film. And it seems like they nailed every single part of his character. A lot of people on Twitter like to complain about movie Sonic and the tone of the films, but it looks like Shadow is going to get it right. They're going to get it right with Shadow. Chris Killian says a third act that might make Sonic fans a little weepy-eyed. Yes, bro, yes! Also, there's 2 big post-credit scenes, so avoid spoilers. It's clear that Foultown and crew have a great affinity for the Blue Blur, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we're being set up for a new Sonic movie. Jeff Fowler killed it, and Shadow, from so far, it seems like there's going to be some emotional stuff going on in this movie. This right here is from Daniel Baptista. He's at CCXP. He says that Sonic Movie 3 is an absolute blast and a dream come true for Sonic fans. It sounds like it. It sounds like it. Keanu Reeves is effortlessly cool and brings so much style and raw intensity to Shadow. We're going to be seeing a lot of this in all of the reviews. It seems like this is the common thread right now, is Keanu Reeves killed it in a good way. Whose origins fans will love to see brought to life. Heartfelt, hilarious, and hands down the best Sonic adventure. Is that going to be a post-credit teaser? Chaos? Yeah. This looks like a good one. This is from Gene Park. Gene Park. Washington Post video game critic. 150,000 followers. Pretty crazy. He says that Sonic 3 rules. It's the closest Hollywood has made to a Dragon Ball movie. Yo, game Sonic fans, people who like the older Sonic characterization, I feel like that there's a little bit of something for everyone, for all audiences, which is cool to see. There was plenty for a longtime fan to clap and cheer for, which I did in a mostly empty theater, and outside of a few expected cringe jokes. I mean, we've kind of seen some of these in the trailer. I mean, it's gonna have cringe jokes. That's part of, you know, that's part of the business these days. They don't make cartoons and stuff as funny as they used to. I feel like this was a hilarious story, he says, though. So he says there's some cringe, obviously, but it's a hilarious story. So everyone has been positive. There's not been one negative impression yet. The cringe jokes has been expected. That's the one negative thing that I've seen so far. Okay, this is from Luminous Dagger. Consumer film, shows, games. Okay. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the best Sonic movie to date. Again, best Sonic movie to date. Shadow's story is handled beautifully with Keanu Reeves perfectly in capturing the character. Again, we're going to hear a lot of Keanu, a lot of Shadow. I want to hear some good things about Sonic too, though. I will say, I'm only hearing good things about Shadow. I mean, obviously, everyone likes the movie, but damn, bro, Shadow is he's the clear-cut king of this movie. Any fan of Shadow will be happy with what Jeff Fowler has managed to deliver. The visuals and action set pieces are unlike anything seen in a Sonic film. Take the coolest thing you could imagine and times it by 1,000. That's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You can feel the love and enjoyment in Jim Carrey's duo performance, which reminded me of The Grinch at times. You also can't forget about Ben Schwartz. Okay, there we go. Ben Schwartz, Colleen, and Idris, who just are the perfect trio that help bring this film together with their vocal performance. Is this Hollywood? Did I not? I feel like I just read that. I swear I just read that statement. But another amazing review. All right, Adam review. Legendary. Legendary. Keanu's Shadow is perfect. It's only Keanu and Shadow. Fun and bombastic adventure with emotional stakes. Yes, bro. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Balances humor with such gravitas. Also thrilling action. Not just another sequel. It's the best Sonic film ever. A fitting end setting up what's next. So, something... It's not over here, guys. It's going to keep going. It's not over yet. The post-credit scenes are going to be peak also. We have another one here from Badnik Mechanic. He says, okay, that was awesome. That's amazing. Short and sweet and to the point. That's it. That's amazing. Who do you think the post-credit scene character? I think it'll be Metal Sonic, to be honest. But maybe it could be multiple characters. Maybe Amy Rose. Who knows? Maybe both. That's amazing. All right, this is more of a mixed impression. This is the first mixed impression. The only way I can describe Sonic 3 is as a Marvel movie. Okay, good. Right? I don't know. I don't really watch Marvel movies. But it sounds good. Mixed with a Minions movie, mixed with Spy Kids. I liked Spy Kid. I remember watching that movie. A Minions movie, though? I don't know, man. Everything from the franchise, good and bad, is multiplied by 100. So take that what you will. And then once again, Shadow remains the coolest fictional character in history. So, again, amazing positive things about Shadow. What about the rest of the... this is a question I'm going to continue to ask. What about the rest of the cast? Here it is, guys. Just got out of seeing Sonic Movie 3 early. Might have been the best of the trilogy. A lot of world building in the post-credits. Yo, is my prediction going to happen, dude? For those of you who haven't watched all my content, my prediction for the post-credit scene is like Super Sonic and Super Shadow, whoever appears in the post, in the end of the movie, causes such an explosion that the entire universe gets alerted to their presence. You see different Sonic characters and different planets all kind of looking up and reacting, similar to how Tails discovered Sonic. Just saying, it's a theory. But of course, keeping it spoiler-free around here, ultimately, I'm rocking with it. That's all I need to hear, man. Quick one from the Brothers Geek Out podcast. OMG, Sonic 3 was epic, and to have all these legends in the same room was insane. Very simply said it was epic. We have all these cool Sonic cast over here, and that's it. Again, positive. Sonic Stadium, very excited to see what they have to say about it. Let's put on our headphones and see their 2-minute spoiler-free review.
Just come out to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The
Okay.
UK premiere was literally just now. It's just finished. Everybody's been pouring out. The vibe here is electrifying. Everybody seems to have had a really great time. I can't tell you much about what I saw story-wise. I don't want to spoiler it, but I can kind of tell you some of my what I'm thinking about. The general film in its entirety and what I saw just now. It was great. I had a brilliant time. I thought it was a lot more soulful, a lot more impactful. I've got someone
Soulful, impactful.
just screaming at me over here because they've just seen something and I can't tell you what it is, but they're very excited. I'm excited too. But yeah, honestly, it was a lot more action than the last two Sonic films.
A lot more action than the last two films. Maybe no wedding subplot.
I can say that. It was a lot more heart, a lot more teamwork. We saw in the trailers, Team Sonic. Fighting against Shadow. Shadow's interpretation from Keanu Reeves, just fantastic.
Again, Keanu Reeves, fantastic.
Everybody gave it their best with the acting and the voiceover work. Just incredible. Jim Carrey knocked it out of the park, as you would expect. He's playing double the roles, Gerald Robotnik and Ivo Robotnik, and somehow he manages to make that even more hilarious than you'd think. It's a fantastic time. Just non-stop action. I think the difference between this and some of the previous Sonic movies is that the second Sonic movie was jam-packed full of action, but the pacing was a little bit off. In the third Sonic movie that we just saw, it was just non-stop.
It was just non-stop. Yeah, I gotta watch Sonic Movie 2 again. It's been like a year or two since I watched it. Or probably like a year and change.
Just from beginning to end, and I think that it flowed a little bit better.
He said this one flowed better. It has a shorter runtime, about 20 minutes shorter, so that's something to keep in mind.
That's all I can really say. Generally, I had a great time.
Great time.
I think everyone else did too. There are post-credit scenes.
Oh!
Let's just say that.
Let's just say that. Post-credit scenes.
And, yeah, W villains, W fun. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I had a great time. It was a blast. Sonic Movie 3. Watch it when it comes.
He had a great time and it was a blast. That is the great Sonic Stadium right there. That's awesome. This one is very brief from Matt Ramos. It says, Sonic Movie 3 has 2 post-credit scenes and you should stay for both. The first one is wild. What the hell does that mean? Wild? That could mean anything. That could mean a lot of things. I don't even want to know. Two post-credit scenes, though. It's going to be crazy, man. All right, this is from Anthony Gagliardi, the movie podcast. He says, Sonic Movie 3 goes supersonic. Hey, listen, I don't know if I consider that a spoiler, but he says, delivering the best adventure in the franchise yet. So another person that's saying that this is the best movie in the franchise yet. I don't think we've seen anyone say otherwise. Shadow is unstoppable on the big screen, while Sonic and Friends bring a lot of heart and laughs. Shadow's unstoppable, and Sonic and Friends are bringing heart and laughs. Listen, it's all right. It's gonna be. Everyone said it seems like it's peak, bro. An adrenaline-fueled ride that will have fans and families excited from start to finish. Mard says, "Snack for Sonic Movie 3. Love your videos. Thank you for the $2 super chat, bro." I don't honestly. Yeah, I'll be having some popcorn at the movie theaters. Too bad movie theater popcorn is like $30 now. It's insane, bro. Snacks at the movie are so expensive. But yeah, that's another good impression, man. All right, here it is. I've seen Sonic 3 and I was surprised that my favorite emotional arc was actually with Dr. Robotnik. The cast is wonderful and goofy as ever, and I teared up when I heard spoiler. Bro, what? When you heard what? Dude, can we... He teared up. So we're seeing a lot of emotional... There's going to be a lot of emotional things. That's one thing I really wanted from this film. Like I said before, emotions. Also, you're not prepared for the mid-credit scene. We're not prepared for it? Yo, I think my Sonic verse theory it seems likely, man. It really does. I don't know. Here's an even better one, guys. This is from someone who also saw the movie. There were multiple moments where people screamed and cheered. Amazing. Love that. But the loudest was the post-credit scene. OMG. Bro, what is this post-credit scene? I hope it doesn't get spoiled prior to seeing the movie. I'm probably going to stay off of social media, but allegedly, the post-credit scene is hype. It's the best part of the movie, apparently. Here we go. Sonic Movie 3 is charming and delightful. It is a charming and delightful entry into the franchise. Keanu Reeves delivers depth as Shadow. Common theme. While Jim Carrey cranks up the chaos as a double dose of Robotnik. A fun-filled family adventure that kids will adore. This is the best Sonic yet. Here we go. Here's another impression. Joseph Deckelmeyer. I think I said his name right. I don't know. Sonic Movie 3 is great. We got a double dose of Jim Carrey, who is brilliant. Keanu is fantastic as Shadow. This is the perfect family movie. These movies can't go wrong. I only wish we got a little more Tika Sumpter and James Marsden. They really help ground these movies, but I get it. There's a lot of characters to serve. Depending on who you ask, right? You might, a film critic might be like, oh, like, what's up with these other characters? As Sonic fans, you're probably happy to hear that the two human characters allegedly might not get enough time. So it depends on who you ask. So that's something to keep in mind. So it looks like they took the criticism from the second movie with the too much human character stuff and maybe sidelined that a little bit to focus more on the Sonic characters, which is why we go to watch the Sonic movies. This one is from My Time to Shine. Says Sonic Movie 3 was so good, like a childhood dream come true in the best way. And Shadow was such a badass. All right, so Shadow is going to be peak. He's going to be better maybe than in some of the games. It could happen. It's not that crazy to think about, Just got a major, massive spoiler. This is the best news of the movie so far. Someone said, is Wade in the movie? We've seen zero footage of him. Gene Park says, yes, Wade is in the movie. The Flames of Disaster lives on. We got another one here that says, that was everything I could have wanted, and they wrote my goat so well. All hail Shadow. Bro, it's the Shadow movie, obviously. All right, we have another impression from this account right here. This is a video one, so let's see.
Hello, you lovelies. I am just walking out of Sonic 3. I adore Sonic 1 and 2. I consider Sonic 2 the greatest video game movie of all time. I think Sonic 1 is in the top 5. And with that said, this lives up to that franchise.
Lives up or exceeds?
I think this is some of the best action we've seen out of this world. I think it feels like anime fans are going to be so stoked.
That's awesome. I love that.
This is so big and powerful and mighty and awesome. It feels like the video games. There's lots of Easter eggs to the OG games, some of the newer game references. I felt people around me get excited that I didn't get, but it is a love letter to the games, much like the first two. If you're not a fan of the games and just love the movies, there's plenty for you too. It's got the right amount of Easter eggs. It is so bombastic, fun. It's Sonic. I love these movies so much.
Let's go.
Adulthood reaffirming. It is such a good time. Sonic 3, yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Follow me for next week's full review.
Here's another interesting impression from Badnik Mechanic. It says, I can't give any specific details on Sonic Movie 3 yet. If you can't see it day one, consider going offline for a while. Every fan theory was wrong. Hey, I have a lot of theories. I hope it doesn't mean mine. One of mine has to come true. Tons of surprises. Ending is very different than what the trailers show. 2 post-credit scenes. Beware. Wow. Here's another impression that says, guys, Sonic Movie 3 is truly the best of the whole franchise and is so geared towards fans of the games. Hello, me. We were so grateful to be invited to an early screening and we cried 75% of the movie. 11 out of 10, no notes. I am so excited, man. This is so good. Here's another one. It says, you're not going to believe this, but last night, me and Emmy got the chance to see Sonic Movie 3, and I'm pretty sure I don't have the words to describe how amazing it felt as a longtime fan. Absolutely insane. My favorite of all 3 movies. This was us in the car afterwards. Let's go. So here we go. It says, the Sonic 3 post-credit scene is crazy. Wow. Everyone is hyping up this post-credit scene. People were screaming at the premiere. Then here's the review. It says, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the best of the trilogy, largely due to Keanu Reeves as Shadow. As I suspected, everyone's praising Shadow, and this one gets a little bit more into some of those concerns that I had, but, you know, it's not really a big deal. It says, Jim Carrey's as fun as ever, and the final act is crazy. Wish Sonic's writing was better, and the first 2 acts were as good as the final act, but wow, the post-credits are insane. So, this is probably the most, I'd say, iffy review, or like mixed review that we found, other than like the Minions one. There's been a lot of praise as to how good Shadow has been in the movie, but nothing too crazy about Sonic's performance. So that's something to keep in mind, although I'm not really too concerned about it because I think the movie is going to be peak. Here's another positive review. This one says, Sonic Movie 3 begs the question, what if Ben Schwartz made me cry as a blue guy who has to go fast? Just as action-packed and as fun as the first 2 films, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 really ups the ante and reminds us why we love these movies. Go Team Sonic. So again, I think the things that I'm taking away from this movie: 1, Shadow the Hedgehog is going to be absolutely amazing. He knocks it out of the park. 2, the action has really been upped. It's been elevated. 3, it's going to be an emotional film. It's going to really bring out the most out of pretty much anyone who watches it, because, you know, you don't have to be a Sonic fan necessarily to be drawn into the emotion and the stakes of the movie. So again, I think we have a good idea of what to expect for Sonic Movie 3. This seems to be better than we could have imagined so far. Now, we'll see what happens when the film comes out, but these are the impressions, these are reviews. Let me know what you guys think about this. Will you be seeing Sonic Movie 3? If you're watching this channel, probably.